What is up, all y'all good people? This is Kimberly A. Bryant again with none other than Danielle Peterson, aka Danny Gossip Girl of Pop Culture Exposé. What is going on?
Happy Wednesday, all, and happy break from Love Island, which is, what brings us here today. But it's nice to have an episode break.
Yes. And I think we could do a little episode break. So during that break, we decided that we were gonna get together and jam out and talk about what is going on this little island of love with our little people from the US of A.
And
All right,
what
girl,
a
I'm gonna let you go ahead
season.
and start us off.
Yeah, so, we're here at the start of season 7 with Ariana Madix, having her second
Yeah.
year as a host, slaying with the looks. Not that we're really getting into the looks today, but just want to give kudos to her stylist, Emily Menn, who does an incredible job with the looks. I mean, she just looks like a goddess
She
in
does.
so many of the looks. So kudos. It's like they're like her fashion is the other character of the show,
It really is. It really is. And you know what? I could see her like as like a little caricature, like walking around with like where people design and change her little, like little paper dolls, like change her
Yeah.
outfits. It's kind of like
Yeah, I
had
could
that like
totally see
consistency this
that.
time. Yeah. Oh my gosh. But I mean, I'm sure somewhere they have it listed like what she's wearing and where you can buy it from. There's a site. 'Cause there's this
Probably.
items
I
before.
think there
Yeah.
is normally a Bravo account that will let you know about that. If not, I'll just
Mhm.
reach out to the stylist who I've chit-chatted here and there with, but she's so talented though. Both
Oh,
ladies
I
are talented,
know.
but besides the host, it is really about the cast, even though I think Ariana and the dynamic cast that was last year is really what propelled it. But we're here for
Oh,
the
for
cast.
sure.
And I have to say, though, this cast this year, I feel like it's the biggest cast of influencers or those with larger
Right.
followings. So hopefully that doesn't backfire. But how about we go alphabetical order? Does that work for you, Kimberly?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, cool. So starting with none other, your boy, Ace Green, who is
Yes.
22.
Yes. And he is making 22-year-old mistakes. Oops, sorry.
Oh, yes. We will get into that. Last night we were saying, oh, he is good, but he better not get himself canceled. I don't think he's about to get himself canceled, but he's doing some damn questionable behavior and it has me raging. But
Yes, I
before we
know.
get into that and I get heated, just a little bit about Ace's profile. Because again, he's 22. 22-year-olds are going to be making dumbass mistakes. So he
Hell yeah, they
wants
are.
someone who is creative, family oriented. He is a romantic at heart. He has a dance company. He likes long walks on the beach. No, he doesn't really like long walks on the beach. I'm joking about that part. But he has a dance company, which you spoke to about Kimberly yesterday as well, where he's just primarily teaching others online. Does he actually own his own studio, or is it just primarily online that he does it?
You you know what? That's a good question because I think it's primarily online that he does it because that's how I first heard of him
Right.
because he started, of course, like I said, whenever Kendrick Lamar's song Not Like Us went viral, he taught a dance to it and then it like went viral and all over the place. And then he was even on, I think it was on the Today Show or the Good Morning America. It was one of those huge shows he was on. And
Oh, he was also
they
on Jennifer Hudson's show too.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. So, but I want to say he just does it out of the confines of his home that he's teaching. I
Yeah.
believe so. I could be wrong though. He may I have a studio, but that's how I found him. And then I just like fell in love when I saw just all the different types of people. Like he just put his whole heart and energy to it. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, this is a good dude. But then I did the typical Kimberly thing, like Kimberly always does. She likes to put people on a pedestal, and then
Yeah,
eventually
girl,
it
I'm
just
guilty of it too. Say hello to Wes from Summer House last year. How freaking wrong I was, but yeah.
girl, oh, I know. Yeah, you aren't the only one. You aren't the only one. So then and here we are, and here's Ace, and he's here.
Yeah, and he is a cutie. I mean, he is a cutie patootie. He comes from a very large family, and I believe both of his parents are married. If you check out his social media, especially his TikTok, he shares a lot about his family. Like, he treated them to, I think, a Disney trip before he went in.
Oh, nice.
To Fiji on the island. So I think I saw a TikTok about that. He says people think he's a player because he's a lover man. Boy.
See, that is where his mouth gets him in trouble.
Yep. And this island experience is going to be a big lesson for him. And he is 5'10". So that's a little bit about Ace for initial background. Next.
Wait, he's 5'10".
Yeah. He says he's 5'10". I think I don't know. I feel like he's shorter.
But no, that makes sense in a way, because either these girls must be tall, because I was thinking he was shorter than that. Because everybody talked about how short he was.
Shorter than that.
But he didn't look, but compared to the other guys, so he doesn't look that short. So that's why I'm...
Yeah, I'm sure the girls, I can't remember. I wasn't paying attention to their footwear. Yeah. I'm sure more than likely it's bikinis.
Yeah, because they would always mention him, like, because one of them mentioned, like, climbing him like a tree. Like, hello, Syed. We got somebody watching. But, oh my gosh. But, yeah, it's like,
hi, guys.
I think, you know what? Why am I so concerned about his height? He's 22 years old. I'm asking why.
Because you like them young sometime, Kimberly. Let's be real.
Oh my gosh, not that young.
You know how Kimberly got her groove back. What? That's
like, who was I was telling one of my girlfriends the other day? I said, watch, I'm gonna go find me a man. Maybe it was you I was telling. I'm gonna go find me a black man with dreadlocks 10 years younger than me, and he's gonna ruin my life.
Oh no, you did not tell me that.
Oh, maybe it wasn't you. I was telling one of my girlfriends. I was joking around and said that. I said, that's what I'm gonna do. I was like,
it's the Islanders. They bring it out in you, Kimberly. Speaking of men, we have Austin Shepard, age 26. He is from Michigan, but lives in Fort Lauderdale. He is a pool boy technician who loves beautiful women, especially the ones who pools he serves. He's on the move with his move with ladies is spilling drinks on her on accident, or spilling her drink. So I don't know. But question, I forgot why you subscribed, y'all. Can you tell me? Huh? Hopefully you subscribe to Kimberly's podcast, because she is awesome and she slays. It was great. All day.
You. I must have.
And she covers a wide variety of stuff, but today we're covering Love Island, you know?
Yes, and I think you'll be entertained. So stick around. We love you.
Yeah. So what do you think so far, Kimberly, about Austin?
I think I don't want to say a little dense, but I mean, something's not like, I don't know. I feel like something's missing. I
get that. I initially thought that, but as time has gone on, especially in the last episode, I feel like he's being more comfortable in himself and opening up. So maybe that's a part of it. I don't know. I feel like he's growing a little bit more, come a week later, but that's a little bit about Austin. Next, we have Belle Dashe, which is like I like to call her, Bella Walker. She's 22. Yeah. I think her name is really like Isabella, but she did a rebrand. So, but she talks in TikTok slang. She was born in Oregon, but moved to Hawaii. Super positive, happy. She comes from a strong Christian background. Had a long distance serious relationship that did not work out, and that was her only relationship. Speaking of which, is that the reason why you were looking for a man with dreads, Kimberly? Because I think that one relationship he had was this sexy guy with dreads.
Dreads. Oh, maybe that's why. I don't know.
Bell Dash A
You know, sometimes people
inspired
walk
you,
around and
Kimberly.
maybe someone just kind of walk around. Maybe that's what it was for whatever reason. It just sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounded like a good idea at the time, but it's like those are gonna be the ones that cause the problems. And it's like my friends will be like, you know better. Why did
Here
you
for
do
a short time, not a long time.
it?
You just got to know ahead of time,
Right.
But
Oh
speaking
yeah.
of knowing ahead of time, Bella, wants someone she can have fun with. She's here for a good time, but also a long
Long
time.
time.
So she did a little spin on that. Any initial thoughts about her?
Her. I just went more about her. I was curious about her owning a coffee shop. In
Yeah, with her
Hawaii.
parents.
Yeah, that's to me is interesting and fascinating. So she's originally from Oregon, right?
Yeah, but I don't know how long she really lived in Oregon. She was born in Oregon.
Yeah.
She might have been in Hawaii for some time. I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of seems that way. Yeah, that's how I was kind of curious. I was wondering if like she moved there or if her family moved there with her or
Yeah, I
kind of
know
what
her
is
family is in Hawaii, which makes me think that they have been out
yeah.
there for a
Yeah, that
while.
makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense. Well,
And
if you
then
didn't subscribe,
next,
Cyan, you should subscribe.
yeah, and tell your friends all about it too.
Yes.
And then also, while you're at it, check out my page, Dani Gossip Girl too. So
Yes.
thank you.
Mhm.
Next we have the beautiful Shelly B, age 27. She's so beautiful. I feel like she looks like oh my god, what's the girl who played the Little Mermaid? Why am I just forgetting her name?
Oh, Holly Bailey?
Yes, Haley Bailey, I think.
Was it Haley? Was it Haley Bailey or was it Chloe? Which one? Oh, Mike, was it the sister?
Oh, I don't know.
I think
but
let me hold on. Let's
yes.
because now since it's on my mind, I'm like, I have to do this. Let's see here. Like, I still haven't even seen that movie yet. I am slacking.
Oh yeah, Haley Bailey.
Haley Bailey. Okay.
Yeah,
got it.
So I think she looked a lot like her, but she is a bisexual open book who is a day trader. She loves good sex and the variety that there is. There's so many flavors out there, like Baskin Robbins. She was born in Miami, Florida, but I think she's living in Queens, New York now.
Yeah, that's right.
Wants kids, not sure when, and she likes a man whose aura speaks for himself, is into family, and is chivalrous. So what did you think of her? Again,
gorgeous.
She's so stunning.
So pretty. I like her. I like her a lot. She's very smart, you could tell, obviously, and she's so pretty. And I love the fact that it's like she's aware that she's young and she's got a lot of life to live, and I feel like she's one of those that's not going to hold like all of her eggs in one basket. So I like her.
Definitely. She seems to have a good head on her shoulder, even though, she's 27. For the girls, she's a little bit on the older side, but I think she has a good head on her shoulder. She looks like the youngest just because she looks so young. She's so beautiful.
Oh, I
think I have a girl crush.
Yes, I know. Hello, Amina. We've got Amina and us from the UK. What's going on?
Oh, thanks for joining today. Next, we have the one that's being talked about the most, Miss Huda, age 24. She is a romantic who loves the cutesy things. We'll get into the shocker at the end of her description, at the end of this episode. But she has her own fitness coach business. She loves pretty men and, of course, is into the gym. But surprise, surprise, this 24-year-old is a proud mom of a 4-year-old daughter that she had when she was 19, and she has
Yeah.
been single for the last 4 years. The dad is in the picture from what I see on social media. He is active, and I think he's kind of a little bit upset of maybe how she's been painting the picture, but yeah, I mean,
Oh.
she loves her daughter, and she comes from a super Middle Eastern family. So what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I like her. I think she's adorable. Like as soon as she came out at the gate and I saw her, like I was like, this baddie, she's adorable. I like her. But I love the fact that it's like you can tell she just keeps her motherhood is just such a prideful thing for her.
Yeah.
And she is, and I could see why. Oh wait, I don't want to spoil anything, but I like her. I like her a lot. I think she's adorable, and she's very sensitive. Though that I didn't notice. And hey, look, my girl Wendy. That's Wendy. That she comes and she'll pop in, and my pop culture enthusiast that co-hosts with me sometimes. She goes,
Night.
I'm down
Hey,
with you
Wendy. Hey. Oh, yeah,
now.
I've definitely watched you guys together. Hi,
Yeah.
Wendy.
Oh my
But yeah, I like her. Good personality. I think it's kind of cool that there is a mom on the show. We'll see how that plays out. Definitely a lot to cover. Then next we have Jeremiah. He's 25. He's an LA model and a caterer. He is a nerd. Oh, I feel like he's the sexiest guy. He is a
you know how I
nerd.
feel about him.
Yeah. Whew. I'm drooling. And a big bookworm who loves playing video games like Fortnite. He was with his ex for a year and a half, but he cheated. That was the only time he's cheated. He wants a strong, powerful woman who he can make an emotional connection with. And his sister is his best friend. So what do you think about 25-year-old Jeremiah?
Oh, you already know. Like if it's like if I were so much younger, oh my goodness. Like he's a full package. I mean, what can you say? He's ambitious, he's a model and he's actually working a full-time job. Obviously, well, he's working a job, not because he's working doing his passion. So he's got that going for him. I love the fact that he and his sister are best friends. So
Yeah.
that means that she knows a lot about him and that also shows me I see where he seems to have like that connection and that understanding with females and especially with Huda where he kind of gets to the level where he seems to be more understanding and he doesn't act like a jerk, I find. So it's except okay.
We'll get into it because as it progresses, I'm like, I'm questioning him. So I just want to say that. Next, we have 24-year-old Nicholas who arrives on a motorcycle. He thinks he was lacking attention on himself in previous relationship. He's a registered nurse. He has fantastic hair. People think he looks like James Dean. No, he really looks like Walter Goggins from White Lotus, a younger version, the son of him.
Yes, curly hair. Mm-hmm. I agree. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that too.
But like Walter Goggin, who's traveled to Thailand, Nicholas has been to 44 countries and he's tried all the flavors of the ladies.
Ooh, that's what I like.
And he, I mean, 44 countries and all those flavors. That's a lot. But he's lived a lot of life.
All I could say is this: for some people, for men, I get I'm like, it's not the quantity, it's the quality.
Correct. I mean, it's good. It still have a little bit of quantity, but damn, 44 countries. If he really tried all that flavor, like he's saying, like,
yeah,
we'll get into those numbers though.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to make an excuse for him. Oh, Lordy.
So that is Nicholas, and I feel like he's the Love Island producers' favorite. Honestly, I think they're hoping that he'll be this season's Rob. So we'll see. Next, we have the other gorgeous 27-year-old Alondria. She's a Southern belle, wants a pure gentleman. She should not have to open a door. She cooks good soul food, very proud college graduate, as she should be. She wants kids when she is 30, single for 5 years after being in a 3-year relationship. And she didn't know that ponies were actually real, just
I
as
remember that.
a side note. But love her. She's kind of giving me, though, Serena feels from last season.
I could see that. That makes
A
sense. I
bit.
can definitely see that. Yeah, she's.
Any
I like
thoughts on her? Like her?
I like her a lot because I like how she's a planner, and it's because it's the opposite of me. I don't like to plan. I'm not a planner, and she seems to be more like organized and just has she has her shit together. I can see that, and the fact
Yeah.
that she's put off dating for a while, like after being in a relationship for that long, because she's out there like living her life. She's young, and I like that she's doing that.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
she's on Love Island, girl. I mean, right
And
now,
doing the thing.
this is exactly. I mean, glass ceilings here. Like she can do whatever. They all pretty
Yeah.
much can.
Speaking of doing the thing, next is cowboy and rodeo competitor Taylor Williams, who is 24. I think he had a decent following as well prior to.
Okay.
He also has some previous reality TV experience from what I heard of an old girlfriend who dated him on a reality show. But he is in
I
vet
missed that.
school. Yeah. Yeah. No, he was on I think it was a reality show. They're supposed to be in CMT. Yeah, that's the channel.
Okay. They had a few. They had a few that I actually watched. Like I want to say, like around COVID, and
Maybe it actually premiered. I don't know if it premiered or not. I just saw his ex-girlfriend appear and talk about it. Said he was a good guy. Although on the show, they really got into the relationship for the show because producers kind of picked him for the show to be her girlfriend. But actually, no, I think the show ended up getting scrapped because it became too much about that girl he was dating instead of the collective cast. So it just didn't go anywhere. But she said nothing but good things about him. And he's in vet school, which was inspired by his grandfather. He needs a woman with good feet. And he is tired of the small selection of women where everyone knows everyone.
And I get that because that's how it is in a small town, even small cities.
Yeah.
And then everything becomes an issue, a problem.
And then lastly, if you blink your eye, you might forget this person, is Yulissa Escobar, age 27. Yes. Yep. Blink. What happened? She was in a 9-year relationship where he left her for another girl. She met him when she was 16. She's been single for a year. She owns a mobile bar in Wheels. That's fun. She is 4'10". She likes it spicy and bad, and she likes role playing. What were your initial thoughts on this firecracker that likes to use inappropriate words?
Oh, I know, right? See, that's what sucks because actually in the beginning I liked her a lot. I liked her. She was actually one of my favorites because she had the person, the confidence about her, which I like. And
and
she
wasn't afraid to get dirty too, but
no, not at all. And that's what I liked about her. And I thought that she was going to be entertaining, only for, of course, like I said, Kim always has a habit of putting people up on a pedestal, and then what happens? Something happens, and all of a sudden, those little steps get knocked down, and that's what happened. So, boop, just like that, like she's gone. Because remember, I even got her name wrong yesterday. I forgot.
Yeah, you called her Yesenia, I believe.
Yeah, I know. I'll call her Yesenia. I'm like, oh shoot. I'm like, where did Yesenia come from?
It was a why. You were just trying to figure it out. You know, but so that is our season 7 cast. I mean, I think they're decent. I'm curious to see, where the season goes, but
I don't see like any like superstars like last season, like extremely, except for like Ace,
I could see him being a superstar, but as we progress on, he's going to be getting ahead of himself.
Yeah.
with that big head and overconfidence.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't know if anyone right off the bat has that. But again, like, I don't know how long it took last season with the cast for us to truly feel that. It's just been week 1, and I really feel like things really started popping off in the last episode. But let's get into the first episode before we fast forward.
Yes.
As we start off the episode, you know, Chelly and Alandria, they arrive together. All of the girls make their way into the villa along with Ariana, who will follow, and they are sipping their champagne, you know, having a good old time and everything. Ariana gets time to know them more, and then boom, in comes all of the guys. And what I kind of liked this season that they did is that they spent some time talking, getting to know each other. And then once they were able to do that, all of the girls, when it was time to couple up, all of the girls got the chance to pick 2 men out of all of them that they wanted to kiss. And then after that kiss and or possible makeout, then they will one by one pick the guy that they want to couple up with, and knowing that, hey, maybe the lady that comes after me might snatch the guy that I am interested in. So that's the way that it went down. So first, it was Shelly who kissed Ace and Austin. Austin was left speechless, but she picks Ace, who's feeling a lot of emotions, because let's not forget, and pardon real quick.
Right.
Let's not forget we forgot to mention this. Ace and Shelly know each other. I think she was in... Yeah, I think she was in New York celebrating her birthday or something. He happened to be in town too. I think they were at the same club, exchanged numbers. I think they piqued each other's interest, but he's a player boy, and it's they live on different continents.
Yeah, that's true. They're like
and stuff.
Like, he's on the West Coast and she's on East Coast, so it's kind of like I could see.
Right, but they're probably wondering, is this like a serendipity moment and stuff? So he's feeling a lot of emotions.
Yeah, that's kind of how I saw it, and I was hoping for the best with that. So, sorry, I'm trying to get my camera back on.
No, you're good. But no, it's probably just production being really, really good at connecting all of those dots ahead of time. So she picks him. Second is Huda, who kisses Jeremiah, who literally sweeps her off her feet. He did not want her to leave. Next is Ace, but she picks Jeremiah, who is beaming and stuttering. They both feel like they have won. Any initial thoughts about this pairing? She will be back in just a moment, so I will keep on going. Next up is we have Belle-A, Bella, who asks for Taylor and Nicholas, also known as Nick, to kiss her on the cheek because she has strict non-kissing rules on the first day. We are on Bella right now, Kimberly. And explaining how she picks Nick is he's just calling her name. You know, it was a good kiss on the cheek. Were you surprised with the kiss on the cheek from her? Did you see that coming?
I was surprised.
Like how reserved she is?
Yeah, because I expected her to go all in, and she kind of like took me back. I was like, oh, wait. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's very often you see someone so reserved on Love Island like that.
No.
Yeah. Next is Alandria. Alandria kisses Taylor and Nicholas, but she selects Taylor because she always wanted her personal cowboy, who now has a baddie. I think that they pair
Mhm.
very well together. It
I
was
think so
crazy at the
too.
beginning of the episode when she was describing her perfect guy, and then he was
Uh-huh.
describing himself, and it's like she
It
wants a
was
short king, I'm a
mhm,
short king, and
mhm.
yeah. But it's
It's funny though,
giving
basically
me,
describing each other.
yeah, but it's giving me Serena and Cordell vibes, totally, the two of them and their progression
Mhm.
as well. I see similarities there. Lastly, we have Yulissa, who kisses Ace for a very long time, like
Mhm.
so long.
Mhm.
And then
I know, I was like,
Jeremiah will
"Ooh."
only, it was like, whoa, like,
Mhm.
do you
Yeah.
need a hotel room?
I know, right? He was like, "Oh, mhm." I
And then
know.
next is Jeremiah, who just did the kiss on the cheek,
Mhm.
which I was
I
surprised
like that.
about
I
as
know.
well. Like, whoa, you're already like sticking to one girl that
And
fast?
that's
That's,
I like that about him. That's like 'cause it was a surprise. Like, I didn't
I
expect him to,
do
like
at first, but then I wonder,
mhm.
like, somebody that's that closed off that quickly in a game that is called Love Island, where you're
Mm,
supposed to be, not playing the field, but being open to others. So,
mhm.
but we'll get into that. So, um, but Yulissa though ends up picking Ace, so that leaves Shelly solo. So then Shelly
Yeah,
ends up partnering up with Austin, who she also
Austin.
kissed. So at least she was partnered up with somebody that
That's
was of
true.
interest to her in
Mhm.
the beginning. So that all
Right. Like,
worked
I was
out.
glad it wasn't someone that she had to, like, just settle with. It was someone that she already kind of, like, eyeballed, you know?
Yeah. And then very early on, Huda reveals to the girls, the OG girls, that she is a mom, but hey, she's not ready to share it with Jeremiah or anyone else yet until she feels comfortable. She wants it to be on, her own grounds and
Right.
whatnot. How do you feel
Mhm.
about her keeping that close to her chest and not just probably sharing that from the jump?
I can respect that 100%, especially if she's going into this competition where she's, like, really wanting a relationship and wanting something serious, like, I respect that, and if she's wanting to get to know someone and because if she came out of the gate and said, "Hey, I'm Huda, I'm 24 years old, I'm a mom of a 4-year-old," did all that stuff, she probably would have gotten like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa." You know what I'm saying? Like, guys probably would have backpedaled as soon as they heard that she had a kid. But then also though, maybe she could have like weeded them out early on, like to see like how they reacted. So there's that as well. So I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
honestly, I think it really comes down to her preference to whatever makes her feel comfortable. Because I think either way, if she approached it either way, I think would have been fine. So, but I do like the fact that she wanted to wait and just kind of she wanted this man to get to know her
Yeah.
and kind of make that decision. Because I mean, I've been in similar situations. I mean, I don't have a kid, but where it's like you had that one thing where it's kind of like the ball that'll drop. It's like, do you say something now or do you wait till later? And then eventually you
Yeah.
just walk away.
But Jeremiah, though, he's feeling mad chemistry with Huda. She's feeling it, but
Mhm.
is praying that he is not a fuckboy. And she
Yeah.
lets an I love you slip.
Mhm.
In the first night,
I
she
know.
says, I love you. Oh, no, no, wait, I didn't mean that. And I think he kind of said, I love you back in some sort of way as well. It's like,
It
yo,
was
slow your roll. Like, you're going too hard. It's making me wonder, are you just trying to win the game? Or are you really here? Like, slow down. I think she, like, accidentally let that slip, but
and
it's
that's
like,
pink too. And then you also have to set yourself up in the environment. They're in Fiji. They're on this island. They're surrounded by other hot, attractive people. There's alcohol in the mix. So with all
not
that
that
going
much
on, the
alcohol,
excitement,
though, but
yeah, true. But it's like with that combined, who knows? She could have, and she may not even be. She might be someone who barely even drinks. Who knows? And I don't know. I'm just coming up with different scenarios.
Yeah, understand. But yeah, they're really feeling each other. Austin is not typically Shelly's usual type, but she does kind of feel him, but she still has Ace at the top of her list.
Correct.
Jeremiah and Huda start sharing their living situation. She brings up she has 2 bedrooms but won't share why. He's probably wondering, does she have a roommate? Does she have a sex dungeon? What is that all about? So she'll share with him more at a later date on the reason why. And of course, we know that is because of her daughter. Ulysses starts calling out everyone for walking on eggshells and not for showing their true colors, because like everyone is just booing up and being so closed off from the jump. You at least need to be having conversations,
Oh, for sure. No, I agree.
And then in walks Ariana, strutting her stuff.
Yep.
And she's happy to find out everyone is in a happy couple. But guess what? They're going to be blindfolded, and one by one, they can select someone else to kiss, and in secret, as Ariana says, it feels so good to be bad.
Yes.
That is so true. So whoever is interested has to raise their hand. What did you think of that twist? Would you have raised your hand? Well, first of all, let's say you were coupled up with Jeremiah. Because is Jeremiah your top one, right?
Yeah, he's my favorite.
Okay, he's my favorite too, so we got to fight over him, okay? But if you were blindfolded, would you have raised your hand to still switch it up, try at others?
I don't think I would have, because it's so kind of gross. Like maybe I don't know if it's because I'm old. No, it's just gross. This is nasty. I'm like, the whole time I was like, I kid you not. Like I was just looking and I'm like watching and I'm like, I don't see any.
Where's my mouthwash?
Like, are they like, gargling? Yeah. Are they like brushing their teeth in between? Like, are they editing this out? Like, I'm telling myself, I'm like, please tell me that they're like, there's some like hygiene in that. Because to be honest with you, I'm like, I was grossed out with the whole like.
Oh, that's funny. I've never had a make-out day like that with kissing all those people, but with the raising of a hand situation, first is Nick, who decides to kiss Alondria, and he does it so passionately. The next is Shelly. She decides to kiss Ace again, and he knew that it was a familiar kiss. Followed by Alondria, who also kisses Ace and has a very good lip bite with it. Fourth is Ace, who decides to kiss Shelly and Huda. And then, of course, in good Love Island fashion, whenever somebody is blindfolded, always expect that Bombshells or a bombshell will walk in. It would be against the Love Island playbook if a bombshell did not walk in while the whole group was blindfolded. So we get our first bombshells of the whole season. We have Charlie. He's 27, from the UK, tall and tan. He's probably at this point, my next favorite next to Jeremiah. Because he's a little bit older and he seemed to have a little bit more suave and togetherness as compared to some of the other guys. But we'll see, And then next is Sierra, 25, from Arizona, and she doesn't care if she steps on any toes. Side note, she was friends with one of the Bombshells from last year. So if anybody watched last year. I think it was in Danielle. I'm trying to think of who she was friends with. She looks very familiar to her. They could look like they are sisters. But so just note that Sierra, who is on this season of Love Island, one of her bestie friends was a bombshell from the past season. So I'm guessing Love Island producers, they probably reach out to the fellow contestants. Hey, do you have any friends? That would be good for the show. So Kimberly, I was just explaining, did you know that Sierra, one of her best friends was a bombshell, or maybe was in Casa Amor from last year? One of her best friends was on the previous season.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's TikToks of them. They look like they could be sisters.
Oh, that's funny. I need to...
But I am really, really liking Sierra. I don't know. All the girls are pretty damn strong, though. I mean, Bella was in my most favorite, but I love Sierra. I love Huda, Alondria, and Shelly. It's a really good set of girls.
To be completely honest with you, it's like this season, none of the women have rubbed me the wrong way. The only one who has, it's like she's not even there anymore. And that was after the fact that was see that Yulissa?
Yeah.
Not Yesenia.
Yulissa. Yeah.
Yeah, see how quickly she I'm like, oh, how quickly she's faded from my mind.
Yeah, but as the bombshells walk in and the cast is blindfolded, the bombshells get to kiss every single person, and they don't know that a bombshell is kissing them. So everybody's surprised at the end when Ariana asks everyone who's been kissed by someone, raise your hand, and everyone was kissed. And Jeremiah is wondering, who the heck kissed Huda? Did Huda raise her hand to want to kiss others? He gets all paranoid in his head.
I like that
about it. I like it, but it's like it is too soon. Though at first I liked it, but now I'm wondering, like, is that a red flag? And that kind of where that episode ends. And then we start up in episode 2, where after raising their hands about wanting to switch it up with the person that they kissed last night, Ariana is honest that it was the bombshells. So they then and I'm really surprised that they did this early on. They opened up why am I forgetting the name of it? Casa Amor.
Yes.
Yes.
I think Casa Amor.
No.
It isn't?
No. Shoot.
I should have written this down.
I have it always in my head, and it's on my Instagram account as well. I just can't get to my Instagram account. The Hideaway.
Here, you want me to... The Hideaway?
The Hideaway. Sorry, guys. I'm having a brain fart. They opened up the Hideaway very early in the season. I was kind of disappointed that they waited so late in last season to open up the Hideaway. They opened it up, I think, at the tail end of last season. And this season, they're opening it up in the first episode.
Do you think that's why? Do you think they opened it early because they feel like they made a mistake last season?
I don't know, maybe the first episode wasn't packing as much punch. I'm not sure, but what happens is that the bombshells go to the Hideaway and they are able to pick one islander that they want to get to know more and stay the night with in there. So Ace and Taylor get picked, and oh no, actually, Nick gets picked by Sierra, and then Chelly gets picked by Charlie as well. So they stay the night in there, getting to know each other, talk a little bit more. Nothing happens between Chelly and Charlie physically wise.
Right.
They definitely get to know each other more. Definitely Nick and Sierra get to know each other more. I'm sure there was some making out done. She blindfolded him again, gave him a little kissy. Also, that Hideaway is so beautiful. I love that Hideaway.
It is.
So nice, cozy, sexy,
It's so pretty.
all the vibes.
Have you ever been to Fiji? I've never been.
No, girl. What do I look like? No. I wish. I wish. No. So they spend the night. Bella is very worried because, of course, she's very reserved. And the guy that she's with, Nick, he's staying overnight with a bombshell. And the other Islanders have no idea at this point how the bombshells even look like until the next day. But the couples get to know each other more. And from that overnight stay, Nick is definitely starting to feel Sierra a lot. Shelly is like, Charlie's a good guy, but I'm not feeling him as much as I am Ace or even that of Austin. So in Shelly's head, it's Ace, Austin, and then Charlie. The cast continues to get to know each other. The Islanders get another text later on that day that it's time. Later on, the Islanders are going to re-couple up because Sierra and Charlie need to pick someone to couple up. So as we get ready to close out the second episode, Sierra picks Nick to partner up with, and Charlie picks... Hold on real quick. Who does Charlie pick?
Wasn't it? What's Hannah? Was it Hannah?
No, because Hannah came in later. I can't. Okay. Oh, no one stood up for Charlie. No one was interested in Charlie. So he was left single. And then, of course, Sierra picked Nick to couple up with. And that is all how the second episode 8 ended. And then as we get into the third episode, Nick explains that he had a stronger connection. And he wasn't not expecting this beautiful relationship puzzle that is developing. So he definitely let his feelings be known before Sierra picked him, because he said that he was interested in front of Bella and she doesn't want to talk to him. She is pissed off.
Yeah, she's upset.
Yeah, then people start questioning, with Huda and Jeremiah, why are they so closed off within 24 to 48 hours? Because some other Islanders might want to get to know them too. And they just find it sketchy off and on that is happening. And then at the same time, throughout all the episodes, you have Shelly and Ace going back and forth. Like, she definitely lets your feelings be known, and sometimes he lets his feelings be known, but he ain't doing anything about it. So she has to go off and do her thing and explore the other guys, while of course he's exploring the connections. But it's like, why wouldn't you guys just be together? Especially if anyone was to be so booed up. It should have been them because of that past history. So it's like, is he getting in his head? Is he worrying about ruining a good thing? Is producers getting in his head? It makes no sense. So
I think he's just
we'll see with them.
I think he's just waiting to see what's out there. He's wanting to sow his wild oats.
Yeah. And the Islanders just continue to know each other while Bella gets in her head and she feels like she's a strong and independent woman now. They end up getting into some games where they have to state all of their numbers. So just some alarming numbers that I will point out. Ace couldn't remember how many times he said I loved you. He has sent 3 nudes up to 25 people. Austin, who all these people think is like vanilla and not that much. He has cheated 6 times. He has had sex with 4 people in one day, but wait, there's more. He has sent 1,000 nudes and he has slept with 104 people. And this is your life, Austin. This is your life.
This is so crazy. I can't believe people keep track of that.
That's a lot. I know. Bella's cheated 0 times. She's only had sex with 1 person, has only said I love you 1 time, sent 0 nudes, and slept with 1 person. That fine guy. Oh, he's so fine. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Charlie said he's cheated 0 times. Everyone's finding that hard to believe. He has had sex with 1 person in one day. He said he slept with 108 people, but has sent no nudes, or at least what he considers to be a nude. Shelly, she's had sex with 2 people in one day, but they were both girls that she was dating. Let's see. Anything else really crazy? Jeremiah said, I love you 10 times. Kimberly, how many times have you said I love you?
Like, I love you once.
Yeah, I think I've done like 4 times.
Yeah, once.
But like, I'm 40 now, so you know, I'm a little bit older than him. 10 times is a lot. And all my times, they were long-term relationships. So the guys find that to be like very suspect, and they're wondering, is he love bombing Huda? So that's another
that's
red flag.
Girl, why did I think of that?
Nicholas, he has said, I love you more than 50 times, has sent 80 nudes, slept with 22 people. And I would say out of all the girls, Alondria sent the most nudes, 15. My goodness, the nudes I sent back in the day before I realized, oh, they were bad, because like, you know,
we did
texting and stuff, you know, texting started with our age. Like we didn't know better. So thank you, younger generations, learn from our damn mistakes.
See, it wasn't like it was then, like it is now. See, because back like now, like I mean, I'm not worried because they probably don't have this electronics are probably long gone.
Oh, there will be no nudes for me. Nope. Just for it to appear in my Google picture frame in the house for the whole house to see. No, that ain't happening. Nope. So that is all of the numbers. And again, as we close out this as we close out episode 3, a lot of people are talking about is Jeremiah a love bomber? But as the guys are talking about his love bombing tendencies, Huda finally reveals at the end of episode 3. So I think this is the 2nd or the 3rd day for the Islanders, the truth to Jeremiah. After they talked about how important family is and stressing that she hopes he stays true to her feelings, he looked shocked. I think he was thinking that she was going to say that she was trans, possibly. It looked like he was trying to look at her throat or something, like wondering, what is it that you have to tell me because of the way that you're acting?
He was like investigating her.
Yeah. And then he just says, oh my God, you're a mom. And he can't look at her. And then the episode ends. So what did you think about that cliffhanger? How did you think he was going to react?
I felt like he was going to be dramatic no matter what, because I feel like that's just part of his personality. But I felt like however he was going to react was going to be his sincere reaction. And I was hoping that it was just something that would catch him off guard. but that he would, but once it would like kind of like, once he would process it, that's the word I'm trying to find. Once he would process it, that he would be okay.
Yeah. And then we get into episode 3, Kimberly, my girl, and he becomes okay really quick. Like he says he's processing it, but he seems so supportive. He's willing to keep her secret. And I don't know if you clocked this. Bring up another Jeremiah love bombing red flag, or just red flag period. He made a comment about them winning it in that moment on the dock.
Oh, he did. You're right.
That
yeah,
she revealed that truth, and it's like, I think certain people know the playbook. If you couple up from day one and you make it through, you're more than likely to win it all, as long as you don't piss off people like Aaron did last time, because it could have been Aaron and Kaylor winning it all. And based off of Love Island history, historically, stats wise, they would have won it, but he lost the public opinion. So I feel like Jeremiah is like, if I stick with her from the beginning, it will work. And then, on top of that, I'm with a mom. I can play the mom card out there too. Like, that could potentially be a slam dunk to win. I don't know if anyone else watching, share your thoughts in the comments on if you think Jeremiah is legit or not. And for anyone watching it afterwards, please share your thoughts on Jeremiah and Huda. Are they for real? Is he love bombing? Like, what do you guys think? Please share your thoughts.
And now I'm worried. Because you're calling out the thing that I always suffer from. That's the problem with you, because I see the good in everybody.
Take a shot every time, Kimberly.
I know, right? I'm that person where the person I like the most in the room is the one person who hates me and talks the most shit about me behind my back. That's me.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
No.
I'm that person. I'm like, yeah, but all of a sudden it's like, oh, disappointment.
Yeah.
Disappointment.
But though Huda though is kind of on cloud 9, she's still a little bit worried, like, will he change his mind or not? Bella is of course still stressing about everything, but Sierra and Nick are getting way more comfortable and very steamy as everybody recouples all in bed. Charlie, the new bombshell, is worried he's not able to make any connection. He's worried he rubbed the ladies wrong, rubbed the ladies the wrong way based off of all of his numbers and everything. But a new game approaches, and it's baseball themed, where all of the girls, this was kind of a fun game. In this 4th episode, the girls are able to pick their baseball lineup. So who do you want playing first, second, third, and fourth? First is from the least. Fourth is, top. Think about home run and bow chicky bow wow, and first base just being a smooch. So the person that they pick in 4th place is like their number 1, and then whoever's in 4th place is really their number 4. So everyone got to do that. I won't go off of what everyone was saying, but it was a fun game to watch as well. But then, of course, towards the end, the bombshells walk in, and we get Hannah, and they're 2 females, very, very beautiful. We have Hannah. She's 23 years old, from Tucson, Arizona. She's not afraid to step on toes. She's also a military brat, and she wants a male version of herself. I would never want a male version of myself. We need to be different from each other. I would drive myself crazy. Then we have Amaya. Oh, she's a firecracker. 25. I feel like she's older. She's from New York City. That's probably the reason why I feel like she's older. She's from New York City. And she's super competitive. Yes. And she is a registered nurse. So the girls get to pick their own lineup. Of course, Huda is none too happy, because I think all of them picked Jeremiah in their 4th spots.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes, they
she's
do.
not happy. They make out, they go back to the villa and whatnot, and they get to know the new Bombshells more. Um, Bella and Nick finally talk. He explains that he is jealous of seeing her kiss others because she really stepped up her game in that fourth
Mm-hmm.
episode, trying to like open
She did.
herself up. And he
Mm-hmm.
was kind of
Smart.
upset that he wasn't her first kiss and everything. It's like, you can't have your cake and eat it too, motherfucker. Like, what?
Nope. Tell
You
him, girl.
know?
Tell him.
Yeah, but Charlie is finally on cloud nine because Hannah's
Yeah.
there, the blondie, and thinks that he embodies her type and they are feeling each other. They're both really feeling each other and making out on the dock and everything. And then Sly Nick, who's trying to pull a Rob from last year, he pulls Sierra for a chat in the speakeasy 5 minutes after just making out with Bella A in
Yes.
Soul Ties, doesn't mention anything. And then they have a very steamy photo booth session because for anyone not aware, new thing to the villa this year is that they have a fun photo booth.
Yes.
Yeah. They don't have a lot of activities to do there, but they got ping pong and they got a photo booth. So yeah, Nick is playing both sides. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 1000%.
And then as we're winding down the week, of course, Hood and Jeremiah keep on getting closer while everyone keeps on bringing up, like, really, is this for real? Again, how can you be so closed off? Alondra and Taylor are still together, but they are just such a slow pace. It's like, are they really into each other? They're not even affectionate with each other. How do you feel about them?
Yeah, I know. That's why I feel like I feel like they're not. I don't think they're really feeling each other, but I think they get along. I think they're just playing a game. I think that's what they're doing. Is just trying to play the game to the best of their ability.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're really like as into each other as they were, or they could just be both country slow folks. I mean, they're both country.
Well, I don't know how that works. You might have a better take on that than me.
A lot of people that are country move at a slower pace.
Okay.
At a slow pace, but at the same time, they get married super young too. So so maybe not so slow. I don't know. I think they're just not really. I think the more they're getting to know each other, they're just realizing that they're just not, each other's person.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
But all of the couples still continue to do their thing. Ace doesn't know like what he wants. He likes the new bombshell, Amaya. He likes her personality and stuff. But you really know that he likes Chelly. But again, he's not doing shit about it. He's kind of leading her on. Chelly is genuinely, yeah, he wants options.
Like all dudes. Yeah. They all want options, and they don't tell everybody what's going on so they can have their options on that side. Yeah.
Yeah. But Austin and Chelly continue to get closer throughout all of this. And then finally the Islanders get a text saying that the recoupling is actually the first recoupling of the season is actually happening. So at the end of episode 6, the recoupling happens where Jeremiah picks Hood up, obviously. Taylor picks Alondria, of course. Charlie picks Hannah, who again, he is over the moon. What they really do seem to be a really good fit that if they do keep it up, I don't know, they could potentially surpass other people, potentially, if their connection keeps on growing.
Very possible.
It's still early in the game.
Yeah, it really is. And it's so crazy. It's only been a week. But
Yeah.
why do I feel like we've been 4 weeks in? It's so crazy.
Because it's so many episodes. Look at, man, we're over an hour in. Thank you guys for your patience with this recap. Ace stupidly picks Amaya, who he's excited to share a bed with. Like, he seems so excited to share a bed with. Shelly seems so surprised and sad, but she's trying not to let it show. And that is when all women and everyone online is screaming at Ace, wanting to put their hands through their TV and shake him. It's like, what are you doing? And even if you picked Amaya, like, why did you have to gloat about it and like rub it into her? It's like the speech that he made, I felt like so crappy.
A childish mistake. I hope he missed a mistake.
On the reverse side is Austin, who made the best speech of the night. And very surprisingly, because going into Love Island, so many people had hate for him because they thought he was a Trump supporter. I think people are coming out and saying that he's not. I don't know for sure, but he gave the best speech and said, Shelly gives him butterflies and he just loves how she owns a room. They both think that they've gone closer. And then Nick is a crappy speech. He picks Sierra because of the way they want their futures to be the same and their steamy photo booth session. And he makes a comment about her beauty as well, where if I was Bella, that would have made me feel so crappy. Like, what? I'm not beautiful enough on the outside and inside for you. So that would have made me feel a little bit crappy. But obviously, Bella is devastated. She is shocked because up until this point, Nick was still making her seem like it was a possibility, especially after, all of the making out that they were doing previously leading up to it. So, but she did say, in episode 7, like she should have just gotten the picture. But again, like he let her on regardless.
Yeah, exactly.
He let her on, but she deserves better. I don't think Love Island's the show for her, though.
No, I don't think so. I don't think.
Yeah. But at the tail end of this week, you have everyone still getting closer, but there is some tension between Amaya and Ace. Like, they go at it. All of a sudden, like, as soon as they recoupled later on that night, he's like, yeah, I recoupled with you. And even after he gave this like really nice speech about her and stuff, but I'm still interested to find others. And she's like, what the
Yeah, I know, that's like
why are you trying to burst my bubble? It made me feel like you didn't really want me. Why did you pick me? Anyways, we couldn't wait to talk about that in the morning, and then it's just downhill from there.
Yeah, she was understandably she was upset.
Yeah.
But then again, at the same time, it's kind of like you saw what he did with Shelly, so I wasn't that surprised. It's kind of like, but I didn't think.
Well, he saw what she did with Shelly, but I don't think she wasn't there from the start. She didn't get to see on video yet what has happened. I think all of the bombshells there afterwards, they are going to have some back knowledge of all of the cast when they come in. I don't know if she did at that time, but she's like furious. She's like, what the hell is with this switch up? And then the next day he's like, I don't like to be touched. And like, I don't like cute nicknames. Like, don't call me babe. And that's just like a natural part of her language where she accidentally lets it slip, 5 times within 10 minutes, the word babe.
He quickly turned into one of those punks like that. I was wrong. But I mean, his age though, like his age, that tells me everything. That's like, I was about to say, there's football players at my college, at my university. That's what he reminded me of.
He was just such a jerk. It
me.
made her feel like it was all her. Like he didn't do nothing. Just the way that he talked to her, I wanted to bitch slap him through the phone and be like, "Ooh, you are about to lose the support you have from all of those pregnant mamas that you helped teach to dance." Like, no, you're not going to be canceled over this, okay? Like, this is not a cancelable offense, you know, but you're going to lose that support. Yeah, do better, dude. Your mama and your sisters would not be happy about that. I don't think so.
No.
You're doing too much, Ace. You're doing too much.
You are doing too much. But I want to know, what does Babar think of that?
It always comes back to Babar.
It does.
Can we get him on the show?
You know, we should try to get Babar on the show.
Yes, let's do it. Seriously. Yes.
I'll start tonight. After this is over with, I will start to hunt down Babar.
Yes.
Somebody out there can help us. We could find Babar.
Please. The consistent theme over the last 2 nights, Babar. But going back to Maya, like she really gives it to Ace, and let's just say that they are donezo, and Ace's true colors really came out. I do feel bad for her, but I do think she just needs to like dial it. She needs to dial it down just like a notch or 2, because I'm worried it's gonna like affect her possibility of finding someone else. And I think she deserves a chance. It is wild though that after this she turns to Huda to console her when Huda was like the most unwelcoming when she arrived, because Amaya really wanted Jeremiah at first, but it was nice to see Huda and Amaya come together when she was really obsessed about that. And I'm happy in episode 7, Kimberly, Alondria, and Taylor finally start talking that like they need to progress more. She deserves more. She shouldn't have to make the first move. She is open to making the first move at any time, because they had not kissed up until this point. Outside of the challenges, they barely touched, and they share a bed together. Like there's not like any like going on, you know? So he does step it up. They kiss, and kiss a little bit more, and, you know, develop that. And then the love triangle between Ace and Shelly and Austin amplifies, because now him and Amaya are done, and he wants to, you know, fuck around and find out and do whatever he needs to do. And poor Austin, like he's really starting to develop feelings for Shelly, and being comfortable in his skin and stuff, you know, and trying to put it out there. But it seems like a lot of stuff Ace keeps on doing is backfiring, but helping him until the next episode, until our last episode of the week that aired last night. So I forgot where I was going with that. What?
I said, go ahead and spoil it for me. I don't care, because I didn't see it, but I'm gonna watch it.
Oh, yeah, you didn't see episode 8.
I didn't. I don't care though. Like I love spoilers, because that way I can go in prepared, and then I can get my notes ready for our next round, our next episode,
next Wednesday. Find us every Wednesday when Love Island is not premiering and you don't want to watch the filler episode. I like the people that are in it, but it's a filler episode. So join Kimberly and I instead. But episode 8 was my favorite episode thus far, so still watch it. But Jeremiah and Alondria talk about the Huda situation because he needs someone to talk to. He doesn't have anyone to talk to. I can't imagine, regardless if he's playing a game or not, like keeping that secret and not being able to talk to anyone besides the person you're
Right.
partnered up with is very fucking stressful.
No, it is. But not only that, but this is a man who his sister's his best friend. So you got to keep that in mind
Yes.
that this is
Hmm.
someone that like who's his confidant, and he doesn't have that. So I understand. I could see why he seeks out another female to talk to. So it's
Yeah. But Alondra explains her experience with dating somebody that had kids and how it wasn't right for her. And, that has to be a decision for him. But she thinks that he's a good fit for Huda, even though she still has her spidey senses
yeah.
in regards to him. Austin and Shelly continue to grow, and she's constantly reassuring him, no, it's me and you. But in her head, she really wants Ace, but she's not going to say that to
No,
Austin
she
until
isn't.
Ace
No.
really puts himself out there. And the date that Ace wanted to do for Shelly backfires in his face and everything because Shelly and Amaya end up getting into it, but luckily they resolve it and move on. But Alondria goes to Ace and saying, you better start being transparent with all of these women because things are getting messy. And she says, cancel that breakfast date that you had planned. She's like, cancel it because he was going to do a special breakfast. Ace was going to do a breakfast date for Shelly. He had breakfast planned and they were going to do a yoga session. But Amaya is like, Shelly, like, what's up? You were consoling me last night when I'm upset about Ace. Was that like really genuine? Are you really a girl's girl? Or are you just being fake because you really wanted them? So she explains, no, I wasn't being fake. I was being there for you. I am really into Austin. I like Austin more than Ace. And Ace is hearing this from around the corner as well. Like, the conversation that was going on. So that date gets kiboshed. And of course, Austin is happy. So he continues to step up his game with Shelly as well. But then a contest happens where, I forgot to mention, this is another weird thing.
What's that?
Early on, in this episode, this is so weird for Love Island to do. Within the first week, they're sending a damn couple on a date. I don't remember in Love Island history a couple being sent on a date within the first week. So
I don't think so. Not that early.
I don't think so either.
No,
but they send Jeremiah and Huda off on a date. And they go to a water park. Just the two of them. And stuff. And then, of course, everyone's talking about them, why they're gone. But I thought that was really weird. Like, I'm sorry, no Islanders deserve a date this early into the season.
Yeah, I guess they're trying to switch things up a bit and seeing how it goes this season, how it plays out, maybe?
I don't know. It makes me feel like you're playing favorites.
Yeah, possibly so.
But yeah, then sorry. But another game happens, and this is how this episode closes it out, is really with the game and the aftermath of the game. So Austin gets a text, and it's time for everyone to speak their truth in tonight's game. So each Islander gets asked a question, and they have to pick the Islander that they think most represents it. And then they flip up like this circular cardboard thing where one side of the cardboard coin has a pie. The other side of the cardboard coin has a kiss. So depending on where it lands, you either pie them in the face or you kiss them. So which Islander is the best kisser? Nick selects Alondria, who lands on pie. So she gets pie in the face. Hannah selects Austin, who she thinks would be the best in the bedroom. Shelly, what Islander do you think regrets coupling up with their partner the most? She picks Ace. Ace gets so much pie in his face
Oh,
for
does he?
this session. Yeah, he gets so much pie in his face, but then at the end, it is finally his turn, and he picks Shelly. Actually, before he picks Shelly, the one thing I want to call out with this contest before we close it out is that Sierra picks which Islander gives you the red flag vibes, but she picks Shelly.
Mhm.
Shelly, just because she wanted to kiss Shelly.
Okay.
So they
Oh,
kiss.
got
It
it.
makes
Oh.
everybody go bonkers, especially the guys. So then
I
it's
bet.
finally Ace's turn, and he picks Shelly, of course, and then he grabs the pie. And guys, spoiler alert, if you didn't watch it, like pause and meet us again next Wednesday. He grabs the pie, and you better watch it for this. He grabs the pie, and you think he's going to put Shelly in the face with the pie, even though he's supposed to kiss her. Instead, he goes and he makes out with her. He like took a bite of the frosting to have like a sexy, sweet, like make out kiss with her, and everyone's like,
oh dang.
They're like falling backwards and stuff, being like, whoa, Ace is finally putting the moves on her. But Austin, of course, is not happy because he's been trying to have conversations with her and Ace, and they keep on telling him that it's nothing. So it's like, fucking make up your mind so then I can decide if I need to move on or not.
See, that's so like man. I think what it is, I think that maybe, or is this me making up another excuse for Ace, which probably is. Why do I do this? Why am I making up excuses for these men? Why am I making up excuses for these toxic men? Shit, I thought I healed from that. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm like, maybe he thought that, maybe he was thinking, okay, I'm not gonna put all my eggs in one basket, but then maybe he thought, oh wait, maybe the grass isn't greener on the other side. And maybe that's why he went in on, what's her name? You know what I mean? On Amaya?
Yeah.
Which was unnecessary.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But yeah. So
I agree. But then again, he's a young boy who probably has a big head because he knows he's going in there with one of the biggest followings as well. And then lastly, on top of that, Nick, who is Jeremiah's best friend. And Jeremiah was getting ready to be able to tell Nick the truth about his Huda situation, because Huda was going to break the news to Nick so that Jeremiah has at least one male to talk to about the situation. But at the end, while the girls are talking about that contest, Nick tells Jeremiah that Hood is not authentic. She hides info. He says that she seems fraudulent with the way she's going about the process, and especially how closed off she is, and says that Jeremiah is the safest for Huda. And Jeremiah's feelings are really hurt that his best friend is saying that, and he looks gutted. And then because of that, he's like very closed off from Huda and in his head. And she's like, why aren't you talking to me? And he's like, because my boy said this about you. And she's like, see, this is the reason why I don't want them to know my truth and stuff. And Austin calls out the guys. He's like, you guys got in Jeremiah's head. It's because of you, Ace and Nick. You guys got in his head. Yeah, he's been the voice of reason, I feel like, the last two episodes. So the boy that started being one of my least favorites is now like my second favorite.
Yeah.
And the guy that was my favorite is becoming one of my least favorites. Crazy how much can change just within 7 days.
You know what? It's like I knew that was gonna happen. I had a feeling. I was like, because I had so much hope for Ace. The good thing is though that Jeremiah hasn't really disappointed me, but I'm scared. I hope he's not a love bomber. But
I'll be posting
gonna-
something on Instagram on all the red flags and
Oh boy. And I'm gonna keep my
you
eyes
know, I still
peeled.
like him, but it just makes you question. Like, it could be very easy for him to pretend for 6 weeks that he's into a single mom to like
That's true.
win it all and get those brand deals. Like, it would look so bad if he also broke up with a mom on the show. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. Like, I really hope I'm wrong.
Because if he plays the good guy card, he can go really far, you know?
Yeah. I mean, hopefully they're legit. We'll see.
I know. Yep. We shall
see. Yay
see.
for the best time of the year and joining back next Wednesday for an even better recap.
For a hot girl summer recap of Love Island Season 7 USA. Boop, boop.
Woo woo!
That must be Kim. Tired. And she knows she's not even done because I still have so much to do. I still have some work to do, some PR work to get done, and all the other fun stuff. And I still have another podcast to work on. Oh, because we've got a podcast with that the doctor.
Oh, yes, the plastic surgeon?
Nicola Love. Yep,
exciting. I just love the variety, Kimberly, that you are offering with the podcast and just how booked and busy you are. It's a really nice variety. I like the podcasts that are like an encyclopedia of variety, you know.
And that's pretty much what I've decided to do with this channel here, you know. So it's, and I could just shove things to different categories, and I'm like it's my solo space to do whatever the fuck I want. So it's just awesome, and I love it. I mean, look, I start off with the first episode cooking with one of my favorite actors and comedians. What?
Yes, and I love the show too. I now want to rewatch it to like pinpoint the area, like the scenes that they were in and stuff.
Oh, I know.
While I make those Pop-Tarts. How do you call it again?
Yeah, boudin Pop-Tarts. It says boudin.
Yes.
What it is, it's like a Louisiana delicacy. It's basically like a mixture of like pork and rice and like mostly more. It's like more beef or pork than like, or you could have crawfish.
Oh, my mouth's watering.
It's so good. It's stuffed in this casing. And then what we did was we took it, and it's usually like baked, or you could have it baked or just not eat it fried or baked. It's amazing. It's a Louisiana delicacy. And we took it out of the casing and stuffed it into like not pie shells, but like
kind of like a pastry, like
a pastry puff kind of thing. We did one with the puff pastry and then one with the almost like a pie crust that was like you can fold. And we made two types. We used pepper jelly and made a glaze with it, pepper jelly glaze, put it on top, and it was, oh my gosh, it was heaven and around my mouth. It was so,
I got goosebumps right now.
Good. Oh yeah. Oh, there's Wendy. Oh, she's like she's hungry too.
Oh, so hungry. So hungry.
It's gonna pop some. She is, oh my gosh, girl, she can cook. We're gonna set up the camera soon so she can like, she is a phenomenal cook, like, and you would have thought she'd gone like culinary school for years and years, but nope, around the world and like being in the Navy, like, she's exposed to so much. But I mean, she could take a simple little thing, like say, like I would go over to her house and it's like, hey, I'll just have like a bowl of oatmeal, and then she'll just turn it into like probably throw in some like pumpkin seeds and just all these great things. And I like just go to town. Just
oh, yummy. Well, I can't wait for your guys' next cooking episode.
Oh, I know. I can't wait to do one. And Jen actually, she sent me a recipe too. She wants to do another one soon. So
oh, nice.
And I was thinking, I was like, we should, me and her and her wife and Blair should do like a cook-off. I'm thinking. I was Blair and I were
yes, that would be really fun.
Kind of fun.
But speaking of cooking, I need to get a bite to eat, and I need to cuddle with my babies right now. I hear them waiting for me upstairs.
Girl, oh, I know.
My little ones.
More. I hear you. Oh, well, thank you so much. This is awesome.
Oh,
And
thank
y'all
you.
so much.
Such a
And don't forget to
delight
like,
doing
follow,
this
share,
to you 2
subscribe.
nights in a row. Sorry, cut you off.
Oh, I know. No, you're a good girl. You're fine. Girl, go to those babies. Don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe. Thank y'all. Love y'all lots.
Take care, guys. Good night.
Bye bye.